People really liked the opinion on the Game Awards being a joke. Yeah, I mean, for those that watched my video, that it got like over 200 views or something like that, a little bit over 200. And people in the comments weren't like shitting on me. There was one guy that said, "You must be salty." I'm like, "Why don't you watch the video?" Because that's like one of the first things I said. I was like, "I'm not even salty." That's literally what I said to start it.
It was probably the most predictable Game Awards yet.
I don't even know if you could even say that, because I did not even foresee them having No Man's Sky win anything, and to even have One Punch Man as a nominee. Like, why is that even there?
We definitely caught One Punch Man. The whole internet was talking about how that shouldn't have been there. But the thing is, we knew that was there. Right? So when the award show started, I mean, No Man's Sky, I understand what you're talking about, No Man's Sky winning Best Ongoing Game. But is that really a category people really cared about? Like,
yeah, like
I'm surprised though. Among Us did win anything, because that's an old game.
Yeah, but it blew up this year.
But
yeah, people making it seem like
I think that's fair.
It didn't just come out; it was out for a while.
Yeah, but
I think it's fair that they put that on there.
That's I mean, it's fair to put that on there, but their rulings are so inconsistent, because it like he said, Among Us is technically an older game, but yet you go to look at the fighting games category. I was told that that was supposed to be for best new fighting game, yet Unist was on there twice, and they count Street Fighter V Championship Edition and Mortal Kombat Aftermath as brand new games.
Should have been Grand Blue, but
I don't even care, to be honest, because ain't no Power Rangers on there, and that's the true best game. So.
Oh yeah, we already know when Power Rangers gets nominated. We know that there's gonna be Fantasy Strike bots, and then IGN saying, "Oh yeah, none of those votes counted. We're gonna give it to Mortal Kombat anyway."
Oh man,
doesn't even matter. Kronos, the game of the year for me was Ghost of Tsushima.
I wasn't mad that. Well, no, I was mad that it was Last of Us 2. But if it was Ghost, I wouldn't have been mad. But for me personally, I would have much rather have seen Miles or Final Fantasy VII Remake get that shit.
I'm saying Final Fantasy VII Remake was spectacular.
That shit was a masterpiece.
And Miles was too short.
I've been hearing people say that.
I was okay with it.
So I think the top 3 in order will be Ghost. For me, Ghost, Hades, and Animal Crossing. For me.
I never played Hades. I was like, what is this game? That was the first time I was seeing it at the awards yesterday.
Played it a little bit. My friend was playing it back in the beta. He'll keep showing me.
It has a good. So Ghost of Tsushima has a lot that Last of Us 2 does not have. One, a good story, right? And 2, multiplayer, a good one. Because Last of Us 2, they don't have multiplayer. So you have a dumbed down version of Part 1. And you know the Game Awards love Part 1 a lot. So I think that's the only reason it really won as many awards as it did, because they're still stuck on Part 1, and this is definitely not a Part 1.
That's real.
Yeah, like Twitter made it out to be like that, for it to seem like they made it seem like Ghost was about to win mad awards on Twitter, like leading into the awards ceremony, and that's not what happened at all. And fucking Last of Us ends up winning everything, and Ghost literally only left with 1 award for fucking best art direction, and then Final Fantasy gets best RPG, thank God, and then it gets best sound and score, which I was like, okay, that's fine, but why the fuck, man? Like Final Fantasy was a masterpiece. I'm sorry, that shit changed my life for the better and for the worst.
The game was really good. The game was really, really good. I enjoyed Final Fantasy. I was mad when it ended. I really enjoyed that game. That game was fun. I was able to, unlike Last of Us 2, I can actually go ham in Final Fantasy 7, play whatever one of those characters have access to, go ham, right? Do the side quest, do a whole bunch of stuff, and I don't have to worry about getting bit by a clicker. I'm able to go ham.
Yeah.
It's not a clicker.
Dude, to be honest with you, dude, I'm afraid to go back and play it again. Like real shit, because
I still gotta do the AR missions. That's what I gotta do.
Yeah, say like I need to do all that shit to platinum it and to do the new game plus.
Yeah.
Not Crimson, 27-hour stream. Get that right. All right.
You did a 27-hour stream for that game?
Dude, listen, it was not even planned. That's why I said that game changed my life for the better and for the worse, because it had me consumed, dude. I've never fell so deep into that shit, into any game like this before. Like, I even, the closest thing that could ever come close to that would be when I got Smash Ultimate 2 days early. Shout out to Dynamic Focus for hooking that up. And then by the time, like, I already got a little bit of a head start on unlocking the characters because I was running a Catch Me Inside that weekend. So I needed everything unlocked on 3 setups. So that night, my friends came over and they stayed over. I literally pulled an all-nighter for the most part. I went to sleep around 5 or 6. I unlocked the full character's worth. And then the next morning, I got up like fucking 4 or 5 hours later and I went right back downstairs and I just kept unlocking shit. And that's the closest thing. Final Fantasy VII Remake, dude. I had maybe a few days worth of streams and I put like, and each time I was streaming, it was ridiculous. I was like 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. And then I was like, on the final time that I went on stream, that I planned on going on stream, I said, tonight we're beating it. I really took that shit seriously. And I honestly, it's like, that's why I say for the better, for the worse, because I regret it, but then I don't. That's why there's literally 2 halves of me that's like, that's why I can't. Like, that game was that good that it was bad for me. Real shit. Because I did, and I'll be straight up. Bree literally said she regretted that shit because she gifted it. She's the one that bought it for me as a surprise. It was crazy. I was literally like, yo, like I had a, what's it called? When my mom came home from work that week and I talked to her about it, she was like, I heard you literally stayed up like all day and all night. I was like, Mom, let me sit you down and have a conversation with you right now. I was like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I was like, Mom, I got caught in one of the best stories of all time. This game, and I told her the whole history. I was like, this game was a game that got teased on a tech demo on the PlayStation 3 so many years ago, to the point where that shit kept getting ported after ported after ported, and then it finally happened. And all these years later, it's finally here. And the way they did this game was so fucking perfect. I loved it from top to bottom. Even during the struggling, there was a masterpiece. And I told her, I was like, I know what I did was wrong, and I'm telling you right now, I'm never doing that shit again. Like, for any game, it can't. And anytime, and people always try to hype me up. Anytime, like, I get excited for a game, like, so any of the Spider-Man games, they're like, yo, Uchi, you about to pull another 24-hour stream? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
What about for Grid? For Grid, you didn't do it?
No, I didn't have to, because, well, no, for Spider-Man, no, I was super hyped, but like, nah, I was a regular human being for that by the time. I was like, nah, I'll play this shit.
I'm talking about for Grid, because I'm pretty sure we were waiting forever for Grid to come out. Finally came out. You weren't that hyped.
Oh, no. When Grid came out, I didn't pull a 24-hour anything. No, didn't even come close. For some reason, Final Fantasy VII, I was just so engrossed and capsulated by everything about it. The sound, the look, the aesthetic, the feel, all of the new things that they introduced to this shit. Oh my god. And what's crazy is that I never even fully beat the original. I beat maybe most of the first disc. So without spoiling it, the fucking remake covers like Midgar. That's it. And there's plenty more after that. So I was like, okay, I'm good. So I at least know this much. And that much
was enough.
Dude, they managed to take 8 hours, which is what the amount of time it takes to get out of Midgar in the original Final Fantasy VII. They managed to take that and expand it to a 50+ hour game. That's a masterpiece. It was ridiculous, and that's why I was like I was out of control. I was like, it was almost like Sephiroth took over, and
almost took over.
like, dude, like it was one of the best and worst decisions I've ever made in my life, dude. It was one of the most conflicting things I've ever felt, because I was like my brother went to sleep, then he woke up and he saw me still playing. He was laughing. He was like, "Yo, you're still playing?" I'm like, "Yes." And he and he was like, "Yo, it's this good?" I'm like, "It's this good." And I took the only time I stopped playing was when I had to take intermissions to recollect myself, and because I kept getting bodied by some of these fucking bosses, dude. They were so hard. And I went to go get food. I would come back. I didn't even end the stream. I just took intermissions, and I still had people watching me. I had people watching me the entire time, and that was another reason why Bree was mad, because she was like, you had all these people watching you, and not one person was worried about your fucking health. No one said get water. No one said take a break. And I was like, shit. She was tight. She was tight at everybody back then. It was crazy, and yeah, but that, oh my god. Never again. I can't. Like I'm afraid. Like I said, I'm afraid to go back and play that shit again, because I want to platinum it eventually. I want a new game plus that shit. And my god, man, when they fucking put the trailer out for part 2 on the PS5, it's over. I will be so afraid. I'm gonna have to have so many limits on myself, son. Because Final Fantasy, man, they came through with they came so hard, because I felt like they had to. They had no choice, because at this point in time, they realized after that one E3 when they announced the fucking PS4 port, and not a single sound was heard on that E3 like crowd. And no, it was reactionless. They knew if they fucked this up, they might as well just
that'd be over with.
they might as well just shut down Square Enix altogether. They might as well shut that shit the fuck down, to be honest, if they fucked that up. And boy, they delivered. And you know how they delivered? Because my man Maximilian, shout out to Max, he was like the guy that they looked at and was like, you see how he reacted to the trailer? This is what we need to fucking capture. And they made my man cry on his own goddamn stream. And that's, dude, they hit the chords. They hit the chords. I'm telling you, best game. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I guess I'm gonna have to put it over Spider-Man. Officially, I'm saying it right now. Final Fantasy VII Remake, game of the year. Might be the game of the decade. 2020 is a shit year. That shit might be game of the decade until part 2 comes out.
Man, I want to play part 2 so bad. Like, I need it. After that game finished, it's like, come on, man. I need more.
Dude.
I need more.
Oh my god. Like, I want to talk about it, but I like, there's so many things that, like, first of all, I'm still working on my save file on the Switch. I'm still playing through the original. I still want to beat that shit again. Or not again, but I still got to beat it, like, fully this time. See, now you want to play Bronzillion? Yeah.
Bro, you making it sound good.
Nah, dude. If you think I'm making it sound good, look, you want here. You could talk to Frankie. You could talk to Frankie about anything, and he will get you. Like, you'll be like, where do I sign up? Like, that is how Frankie is. Frankie will make you a believer out of anything. Yeah, it made Max cry. Yes. I remember watching his stream, and it was like he was playing a game, and I think it was like in part 2, you could watch, he still got his shit on his YouTube channel. In the thumbnail, you see him crying. It's a clear giveaway. This man had they fucked this man up not even a fucking quarter of the way through the game. They just did it right. That's how you know. Like, did Last of Us 2 get those kind of feels? Absolutely the fuck not. I guarantee you it didn't. I'm sure it was like a good game for people that enjoyed it or whatever, but it did not hit the same as Remake, bro. Not at all. My man Gravity says story time with Uncle Luke. God, fucking Uncle Luke, shit, man.